What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Ringel here, and we are live on Easter. Happy Easter to everybody. And we are here for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. All right, turn that music off. There we go. We are live. Let me refresh the screen here real quick. There we go. All right, now we're all set. What's going on, everybody? Happy Easter to one and all in the chat. I see Median in there. Welcome up. Welcome in, Jeremy Kasaka Racing. Welcome in. Let me know in the comment section down below where you guys are watching from and who's watching along with me as we watch the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix today. Let me make sure audio is going. There we go. Yeah, audio sounds really good. There we go. So we are, hold on, I forgot to turn on my clock. Hold on just a moment. I've got a clock on my wall that I typically have turned on, and I forgot to turn it on. We are 23 minutes away from the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Oh, look, we got Flavio Briatore there. So what are we all thinking today going into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? We have Lando Norris starting from 10th after a crash in Q3 yesterday, took him out at the very beginning. Got Max Verstappen on pole, Oscar Piastri right next to him. What are we thinking today? Because Oscar has shown here lately that, I'm definitely excited. You can tell when it's like afternoon races or at least a decent time of the day to watch a race. I am absolutely excited. So what are we thinking today? Because Max Verstappen starting from pole, Oscar Piastri has looked amazing all weekend. Lando's looked very shaky, especially after that Q3 crash yesterday. Oscar may be the guy to beat right now in Formula One. And that's a shame to say because Lando Norris was expected to be the runaway favorite for the championship this year. But Lando's the guy that seems to keep bottling it when the pressure, gets raised up a little bit. Guys, make sure you hit that like button as we're watching this, so it helps the algorithm get this video out to more and more Formula One fans who want to watch reactions. I know there's a bunch of y'all who watch Chris's reactions on YouTube, and you guys are from him, so I really appreciate it when you guys join me. Excuse me. Yes, Lando Norris is okay. He when he had the crash, he immediately said he was okay. George Russell has 63 points so far this season, and he drives the number 63 Mercedes. That is such, I love interesting stats like that. It's so you would feel like it's a mundane stat, but that's actually pretty cool that he's got 63 points on the season as he drives The number 63. Median, I'm in Broadhead right now, though. Oh, okay. So, guys, we are 90 subscribers away from 1,000. We're getting so close. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button as we go throughout this race. We do reactions every race weekend. We'll have a race weekend off, or we'll have a weekend off next weekend as we finish up this triple header with the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. If you guys want to support me throughout the race, you guys can send in super chats. I'll read those out as we get them. It helps support the channel when you guys do super chats as well. So 18 minutes away now from... You're in a national... Oh, God. We were... So... Because that just brought up what I was going through last night. So as you guys all know, I live in Texas. I live semi near an area last night where we had tornado warnings at about 11 p.m. last night, 10, 11 o'clock last night. We had tornado warnings. Luckily, we didn't get any tornadoes out by us, but we did have a tornado out probably west, about maybe 50 to 100 miles away from here. We had a tornado last night, or a couple tornadoes. So that was crazy. You brought that up, Median, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I had tornado warnings last night. Luckily, I've heard some damage has been done, but I haven't heard in what areas yet, so... Lining up the grid for the national anthem as we get ready for that. Honestly, don't be terrified. I'm going to take this from Ryan Hall. It's a guy that I watch quite regularly when there's severe weather. Ryan Hall always says, don't be scared, be prepared. Be prepared, Median. Don't be scared about it. Just be prepared for it. If you're under a tornado warning, take shelter, wherever you need to. And innermost, if you have a basement, go to the basement of your house. And if you don't have a basement, go to the most interior room of your house. Yo, PX Steven, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. We are 16 minutes away from the live start. Like I said, we're 90 subscribers away from 1,000. So if you guys share the stream out as well to your friends, family, anybody else who watches Formula One, and hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. You've got to hit it. It helps push this video out to more people that, love reaction videos and love, the reactions of fans more or less than people like David Croft and Martin Brundle. Some people just don't necessarily want to hear their commentary, but they want to hear other F1 fans' thought on the race. So make sure you guys hit that like button for me if you guys can. It is so weird to see George Russell in that big, gigantic silver coat. I know it's got some cooling properties that, it helps him stay cool, but it's just so weird to see him in a jacket like that. Happy Easter, one and all. Who's the worst driver in Formula One right now? Huh. God, because it's so easy to, like, I feel like the easy choice is Lance Stroll because he's just, right now, he's just god awful in that Aston Martin. He's not racing well there. He's just not all putting it together there. I would, as much as I don't want to say Lance Stroll, I've got to say Lance. Lance right now is just, he's struggling with that Aston Martin. Excuse me. All right, let's see here. All right, any other questions? Before we go, I'm going to switch over to the timing screen here in just a minute. What about Juan Pablo Montoya? I think left the sport at a time where his team basically was pushing him out. Like, you could tell that Williams, when he was racing for Williams, it just didn't seem like they wanted him there anymore. I love Juan Pablo. He may be very outspoken, but I love the fact that he's outspoken and you know, basically tells you like it is and doesn't give two shits about, you know, who he offends. And I'm really interested to see how his son does coming up the Formula ranks, because his son's on the way. Oh, they got drones up in the air. That's cool. Oh, that's really cool. They got white and red drones. If you guys are watching the Sky broadcast, really cool drone like display that they've got going. Which now they've just jinxed it. They were talking about that there's been 100% success rate of getting a safety car in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and now by them saying that, I guarantee you that we won't get a safety car. Hold on, I can't remember his name. Let me look here real quick. Juan Pablo. Let's see. Juan Pablo Montoya. Oh, Sebastian Montoya. Sebastian Montoya is his son's name. He competes in Formula 2 for Prema right now. Okay, so they're going to break. So let's do this before we get the race started. I'm going to take a quick little bathroom break. We'll go ahead and set it on this screen. We're going to take a little bathroom break here, and then we'll hopefully be getting ready for the formation lap. So I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Got my phone plugged in for comments. Remember, you guys can support the channel a couple ways. Hit that subscribe button. We're 90 subscribers away from 1,000. Hit the like button. And then also, if you guys want to send super chats throughout the race, I'll read those out on air. And I'm going to be starting to plan here very soon my day of motorsports racing. I think it's the last one because I think Monaco and Indy 500 changed dates to where they're not on the same weekend. So you guys can go back to look through my live streams, but I do basically the day of Indy 500, or excuse me, the Monaco Grand Prix, Indy 500. And if there's enough people that would want me to, I would potentially cover the Coca-Cola 600, which happens that night. But typically nobody's ever wanted me to cover it. So I just typically cover the Monaco Grand Prix and then the Indy 500. And that's a fun day. I go from like 6:30 in the morning till sometime in the afternoon. That's a lot of fun. So I'm going to be starting to plan that and put that together where if you guys do certain super chat amounts or certain donation amounts, because you can donate through, in the link in the description, I have a Cash App. You guys can donate through that as well. And I do different like punishments, but they're not really punishments because they're all fun and in good fun. So I'll be planning that and putting that together, and I'll be putting that out actually very soon. But let's go over starting grid. As they run down the starting grid, you got Gabriel Bortoleto starting in 20th. Esteban Ocon, the Haas have looked really bad this weekend. He's starting 19th. You got Hulkenberg 18th, Jack Doohan 17th. 16th, Lance Stroll. 15th, Oliver Bierman. Again, Stroll just nowhere near his teammate sometimes, although Alonso is in 13th, so he's not that far behind. Isaac Hadjar 14th. Albon 11th. Lawson 12th. Lawson almost made Q3 yesterday. He was so close. You got Norris and Gasly. Norris starting 10th. Gasly starting 9th. Tsunoda 8th. Hamilton 7th. Then you got Carlos Sainz in 6th, Antonelli in 5th. Antonelli has looked amazing in that Mercedes so far this year. Charles Leclerc starting 4th, George Russell starting 3rd, Oscar Piastri starting 2nd, and then Max Verstappen finishing 1st. But to finish on Kimi Antonelli, we knew he was going to be good, but he has shown that he does belong in F1. I for one, the video that I after one race, I was like, the rookies didn't look so good, but I was wrong. Oliver Bierman and Kimi Antonelli definitely deserve to be in Formula One, and so do the rest of the rookies. Bortoleto, Doohan, Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson's been kind of iffy at times. All right, so they're getting ready to release the cars on the formation lap here in just a moment. There's the winner's trophy that they're showing on the screen. Man, that looks really nice, actually. They got a building right behind the start-finish straight that's doing the countdown before they get released on the formation lap. That's kind of cool. That was kind of a cool visual. All right. And it is time for the formation lap to begin. It is now 12 o'clock here in the United States, in Texas. I don't know what time it is there. So on the formation lap they go. So let's see. So everybody from first down to ninth is starting on mediums. Lando Norris starting on hards. Albon on mediums. Lawson on mediums. Alonso on mediums. Isaac Hadjar on hards. Bierman on mediums. Stroll on hards. Doohan on mediums. Hulkenberg on hards. And then Ocon and Bortoletto on mediums. So Sauber's splitting their strategy. Hadjar, the V carb is splitting their strategy as well. It looks like everybody else seems to be on the exact same strategy, though. Jacob, look, good to see you, Jacob. Hadn't seen you in a while in the comment section. Eastern time superiority here. So it's 1 o'clock in the Eastern time zone, or 1:01. Good to see you, Jacob, as always. That's what. So a safety car has been deployed at every Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So if it gets very racy on this first lap, I guarantee you we're going to see at least one, if not two crashes today, because everybody's so close together in that top 8. The McLarens look pretty darn strong, but I mean, the Ferraris are right there, the Mercedes are right there, and even the Red Bull are somewhat right there. Tsunoda had a really good qualifying. Okay, so they've it sounds like they've split the field. Like half the field is already getting ready, or is on the main straight, getting ready to line up on the grid, where like half of the field is like split off. Yeah, I think that would bring along much better racing if they were to lower some of the curbs here, because there's some curbs that are just so ridiculously high that because we want to be able to see Formula One drivers on the edge, basically, and we don't get to see that when they're when they're hitting curbs, and it basically disrupts the drive. Okay, so now the whole field should be on the main stretch, but man, Max is sitting there a long time. Jeez, if we don't get a safety car, this race could be 1 hour and 17 minutes long. All right. And green flags waving at the back. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we're gone. Man, that was a quick red light. Oscar, great start on the inside. Oscar, Max, wheel to wheel. Max goes off track. Kimi Antonelli went off track. He's got to give spots back. Max gained an advantage going wide there and going off track. What's going to happen there? Oh! Gasly and Tsunoda are around. Tsunoda able to keep going, but Gasly is out. That's got to be a safety car. Potentially a red flag to start it off on lap 1. I am surprised the safety car has not come out yet for the Gasly crash. Safety car is deployed. I was wondering how long that was going to be. I think they were going to try to let them race as long as they could. I have Oscar winning today. I have Oscar being able to pull this off. So let's see. What was Gasly? That's not a corner you can pass in. What is Gasly doing there? We saw that exact same issue last season with Kevin Magnussen and Alexander Albon. That's not a passing zone there. Tsunoda doesn't look like he's got any damage. Tsunoda may have gotten through that with no damage. I just don't understand. Like, I get you're trying to get around Tsunoda, but like, that's just such a silly move on lap 1. Norris is up a couple spots. He's up to P8. Oscar Piastri on the radio saying he needs to give me that spot. I was ahead. Doohan's already into the pits. He's onto a set of hards. Man, there's a lot of people already pitting. Ocon onto the hards. Bortoleto, it looked like, was onto the hards as well. They're checking Tsunoda's car to make sure there's no damage to the suspension. Yeah, one guy gave the X sign. I think that rear wing is broken on Tsunoda's car. Yep. They just shut Tsunoda's car off. It looks like that rear wing may be broken enough. Jeez. Yeah, that red light went quick. Piastri had that corner. He had Max. Max went wide and gained a huge advantage there. Okay, so Gasly was alongside the first time. Tsunoda's giving him the room. Gasly just broke late, got past. That's not a passing zone. I don't know what Gasly was thinking there. Yeah, Tsunoda didn't touch it too hard, but apparently it was just enough. Yeah, it seems like it. The mediums have not been a great tire this year so far, and plus I think they're on the softest of the compounds this year. So let's see. Who are our big movers so far? Norris is up 2. Stroll up 2. Bortoleto's up, or Hulkenberg's up 3. So yeah, it looks like Hulkenberg is the big gainer so far with 3 spots. Norris is another big gainer with 2. I don't understand that attempt at a pass there. We know that's not a corner. Safety car's already going to be in. Dang, that cleaned that up quick. No, he didn't no. Max, there are times I'll accept your complaining. That's not one of them. He did not force you off. He had that line. You did not. So safety car will be in this lap. Field starting to slow down with Max. He was never going to make that corner regardless whether I was there or not. Yeah, it seemed like Max went in pretty heavy into that corner. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Max would be complaining if the roles were reversed. All right, so green flag is waving, but they're not even on the main stretch yet. Oh, no. That looked like Max sped up around that corner and slowed up again. Max with a 5-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. George Russell going to the outside of Oscar and thinks better of it. For a couple minutes. Come on. Come here. Let me back this up a little bit. There we go. All right. Look at my little man coming to say hello.
Hello.
Max Verstappen's in the lead.
Yeah. Piastri's almost getting ahead of him.
Yeah, Piastri's close.
Yeah. Some of the other races he was in the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piastri's almost within a second because they should allow DRS this lap.
Yeah, they should allow DRS.
Yes, James, I am watching on ESPN right now. Isaac Hadjar around Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
Race control DRS is now enabled.
Yes.
Hadjar's up 4 spots.
What? Yeah, he is up 4 spots. Oh my god, wow, he has Max Verstappen as fast as the lap now.
Yeah. There's Yuki. He does not look happy right now.
Yeah, there is Yuki. He does not look happy. And walking off the girl right now.
Max is just... Max cursing on the radio.
Yeah, he was cursing on the radio.
Yep, it's my son again.
Yeah, it's my son.
All right.
What?
Ooh, Oscar's within a second now of Max. He's hunting Max down. I guarantee you he's wanting to get past him quick.
Yes.
Lando's now half a second behind Carlos Sainz. He's going to get DRS down the front stretch. Will he go for the pass? Nope. Not quite yet.
Yeah, he's going to not do that. Not quite yet. Oh, Oscar Piastri has the fastest lap, just like Verstappen now.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be.
Yeah. God, there's already such a big gap building between the top 6.
Yes, I got the top 6.
There's a huge train building up behind 8th place between Lando Norris. There's a second between each driver from Lando Norris back.
Yes, Lando Norris.
I think it's time to. Okay, I'll call you back. Lando Norris finally gets that pass done around Carlos Sainz. We didn't get to see it live. They had to show a replay of it. Piastri just keeping that gap with just about over a second. Stroll has already dropped off the back end of Bierman on those hard tires, but the mediums apparently aren't the race tire right now. Albon's now being chased by Isaac Hadjar. Man, the Williams seem very slow compared to the rest that are behind them because Hadjar's chasing down both the Williamses right now, and Hadjar's on the hard compounded tire. Man, Russell's already fallen 3.5 seconds behind Verstappen, 2 seconds behind Oscar Piastri. Russell's not a bad pick, but he's almost 3 seconds behind Piastri now. I don't know if Russell's trying to save his tires. Max Verstappen radio. We have a track limit strike in turn 2. That was for the incident at turn 1 on lap 1. I thought they wouldn't count that. It was literally said in the briefing. Roger, understood. Yeah, but if they felt like that Oscar was forcing him off the track, they would have not given him the penalty. So that's it, his point is completely pointless there. Piastri had DRS on that main stretch. He's gotten a little bit closer to Max now. Yeah, the race start, the race replay. Oscar is alongside. Max was never making that corner. Yeah, Max has got to at least make an attempt, and he didn't even make that attempt. He got a poor start against Oscar. Oscar got the better start. No, Oscar just got a little loose out of that last corner. I don't think he got. Yeah, he didn't get DRS on this lap. Stroll's already fallen 2 seconds off of Bierman. Albon's radio. Man, what the hell is Albon has gotten quite the attitude this year. Like, go him. Like, I'm glad he's finally, like, it seems like Alex has really stepped into his own this year and has gotten he's gotten a good attitude, and he's like trying to tell his director, like, hey, do you not see I've got a car right behind me? Like, give me a break. Don't tell me. I think they need to go back to the rule that if they are alongside in the braking zone, both people get space. This new rule just lets people shove each other off the track. I would agree with that to a certain extent, although I could have seen where they wouldn't have given a penalty there, and they would have just said it's a lap one, turn one incident, like no further investigation. I could have seen that, Jacob, where they would have just said, you know what, lap one, turn one incident, like race at your, whatever. All right, so the medium pit window is getting ready to open, lap 16 to 22. Then everybody will move to the hards. But there's 3 guys at the back that have already made a pit stop. You have Doohan, Ocon, and Bortoleto that have all made a pit stop already. Norris radio, how's the pace? How's the tires? Yeah, I mean, the tires are hot, so yeah, clean air would be incredible. All right, so Oscar's within a second now, 0.7 of a second now behind Max here, so he may have a look. Here goes Norris going around the inside of Hamilton. Makes the move stick. Nice job, Norris. Nice pass there. But Hamilton's got DRS. He's going to come back against him on the outside. Great pass. Great fight here between Lando and Hamilton. Very nice pass there by Lewis to get that spot back. These two are going to be fighting. Okay, here we go. Norris getting close enough. He should get DRS on that front stretch again. Oh! Lewis on the brakes a little soon, but Norris gets around him that time. Nice pass by Norris. But Lewis is going to have DRS on Norris. Here comes Lewis back around the outside of Norris. Gets back into sixth. This is a great fight between Lando and Lewis. Yeah, Lando did a great thing, Lewis did a really great thing there. He broke a little bit early into that corner, knowing the DRS line was getting ready to come up, and so Norris had to make the move at that point. Norris got ahead, but it gave Lewis DRS on the front stretch. That was a great move. Norris on the radio. Okay, mate, strat 8, play the game. Lando waited to make the move this time. So now Lando's got DRS on the main stretch around Lewis here. Let's see what Norris going to the outside, going into turn one, makes the pass and finally gets it done. Will that allow Lando to start pulling away from Lewis here? Alonso losing a bit of time. I'm looking at the timing screen right now. Alonso lost a huge chunk of time there. Lawson got around him, and now he's got Bierman literally right on his tail just about. Let's see what happened here. They're going to show the pass. Okay, so Liam Lawson makes a clean pass around Alonso there. Come on, Ocon, let's get this move. Let's get Jack. Because Jack's the first guy that's already made the pit stops. Lewis radio. I'm just sliding around here, mate. I can't turn rears. Sounds like everybody's starting to have issues with these medium compounded tires. Norris is gaining on Antonelli this lap. He gained over half a second on Antonelli here. Out of the race so far, Yuki Tsunoda and Gasly on the lap 1 crash that they had together. Those are the only two out of the race so far, Median. Jeez, look at the sparks coming up from that. So now Piastri's dropped almost 2.5 seconds behind Max Verstappen. Yeah, now Max is trying to break that 5 seconds. So even when he has to go and serve that penalty, the penalty will be gone. Norris is already now 1.5 seconds behind Kimi Antonelli. So you can tell that the mediums are struggling hard as now Norris is already caught up to the back of Kimi. Gap down to 1.3 between Lando and Kimi. Russell's on the radio. My tires are toast. Norris is right on Kimi's back end now. Here we go. Norris is going to have a chance on Kimi here. Let's see. Does he get a good exit? Yep. Look at that. And Norris going to get past Antonelli on the inside and up to 5th place. Lando Norris. Great pass by Lando there. Lando starting to move up. And he should be starting to pull away from Okay, Bierman's the first into the pits off the medium tires. Piastri's being told to box. .2 second stop for Bierman there. That was bad. Okay, Piastri going to go for the undercut here. Piastri into the pits. Let's see if he can have a good pit stop here. A little slow, 3.4. Antonelli into the pits as well. Onto the hards. Alonso's into the pits as well. Is now Doohan's right on the back end of Hulkenberg. This is moving those guys up quite a bit now, too. Verstappen radio, push, Max, push. They may be getting ready to pit this lap. Yeah, just a little bit of a slow stop there from him. Max is going another lap. I thought he was pushing to get in. .22 gap right now as George is into the pits. Great pit stop from the Mercedes boys. As Lawson's into the pits, Hadjar and Albon going at it now. Ocon gets around Doohan up into 13th. Everything you have, Max. They may be pushing for this lap. Yeah, Lando's up now into third. Verstappen being told to box. Lando's right behind Leclerc. Piastri around. Sorry, that was Piastri around Hamilton. Great pass there. Here's Max. Leclerc's now into the race lead. Did Leclerc save enough tires that it? Yeah, 50 laps in this race. Piastri goes through a huge gap. Sainz is into the pits. Yeah, that's a great spot. Great pass by Piastri there. Did it in a great spot there. So Leclerc's 3 seconds ahead of Norris. I haven't heard much out of the Ferraris. I wonder if they were able to save these mediums. Verstappen starting to catch up to Lewis. Ooh, sliding a little bit. Russell, consider plan B. Let's see how these tires go. Oh, so maybe a second stop. Albon into the pits. Let's see how much Lewis holds up Max here. Great job with the placement by Lewis here, holding off Max. This is going to allow Piastri to maybe pull some. Lewis doing a good job here of blocking Max. Lewis being told to box this lap. Great job there. Great pass by Max to the outside. Sainz going around the outside of Jack. Gets up into 12th. Hamilton's now 7 seconds behind Antonelli. Ooh, there's going to be a fight here just about ready to happen here because this is going to be Lawson, Bortoleto, and Alonso coming soon. Bortoleto making Lawson go to the out. Oh! Bortoleto just made contact with Alonso. Oh my God, what was that, Bortoleto? I think Bortoleto was trying to let them by because he knew he wasn't in a fight with them, and And I guess Alonso, man, that was such a weird spot right there. Because now you've brought Bierman back into this fight. Let's see what. Okay, so Isaac goes to the outside. Oh, yeah, Bortoleto was trying to close that off. And man. Well, he moved under braking, but it was because he was moving to try to get. Oh, man, that was. Yeah, that's a stupid move by Bortoleto there. Although Alonso carried a lot of speed going into turn one. How much damage did that cause Alonso there? Sainz getting around Ocon there for 12th. There goes Alonso. Leclerc's done a good job saving these mediums so far. He's 26 laps in and still holding Norris at a 3.5-second gap. Alonso radio, the car is okay. They're telling Alonso the car's okay. Come on, Bierman, you got to get around Bortoleto before you lose more time to Alonso. Here comes Bierman. I cannot believe we're showing 17th and 18th place right now. But this is the only fight on track right now. Here comes Bierman. Going to get DRS on Bortoleto here. Bierman go to the inside of Bortoleto, and he's going to get that move done. Bierman up to 17th now as Bortoleto still hasn't pit yet. All right, while we're kind of in a slow part of the race here, I'm going to take a quick little bathroom break. Okay, back. Oh, let's see. That's Hadjar up in 6th right now. Hadjar's still going on those hards, but Kimi Antonelli's chasing him down. Albon now around Hulkenberg up into 11th, so they've at least got one Williams into the points. Alonso around Doohan. There's Fernando on Jack Doohan. Good job with a pass to the outside of Jack. Leclerc's into the pits. Onto a set of hards. Man, he went 30 laps, or 29 laps on those mediums. Norris up into the lead. If a safety car comes out now, Norris is absolutely cooking. As here goes Antonelli around on the inside of Hadjar and gets the move done this time. Nice job, Antonelli. Up into 6th. Hadjar down to 7th. I wonder, I have a feeling Norris is going to be pitting soon, and he's going to put on a set of, he's got new sauce. Yeah, he's really doing a good job here so far. Norris is yet to pit. Looks like he's going to go another lap here without having to pit. He's going to try to get to where he can go softs to the end, where everybody else is going to be on hards. Ooh, here is Sainz on Stroll. Stroll is not going to make this easy for Sainz here. It's going to make Sainz go to the inside and gets the job done on Stroll. Stroll down to 11th. The Sainz is now up into 9th. Here comes Bierman on Doohan. Gets the job done to the kind of the outside. Doohan's still there, but Bierman finally gets that job done. Nice job, Bierman up in the 16th. Ooh, Kimi just scraped the wall there. That could be interesting. Albon's already up into 10th, has already gotten around Stroll. Great move on backstretch area there before coming onto the front stretch. Great job by Alex to get that move done early. God, Leclerc is flying. He's already 2.5 seconds behind Russell. So now Piastri is starting to gain on Norris a little bit. But Leclerc should be able to catch up to George in 3 laps' time because he's on the much better tire right now, or the younger of the hard compounded tires. George pitted way earlier than Charles. Lawson going a little wide there. And a little squirrely out of that corner, but he should get Ocon here for 13th. Lawson goes to the inside, gets the job done on Ocon. Lawson having a decent race today, up into 13th. Doohan's into the pits. Lando's plan is to keep extending, something like plan C target +4 for him. I think I'm starting to feel the dirty air a little bit, so it's not ideal for me. Doohan's made another pit stop, so he's now fallen to 18th. Charles now with just over 2 seconds behind. Oh, now under 2 seconds to George. He is flying right now. God, Norris is doing such an amazing job. Has yet to pit. Lawson now right on the back end of Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg into the pits finally. Alonso around Stroll there. Or Alonso around Ocon there. Looks like Lando's going to be pitting. Going to a set of new mediums. Here we go. Lando's into the box. All right, so he should be coming out behind Leclerc. Let's see. Good pit stop here. Let's see. Great pit stop from Norris. So here we go. Yeah, I think they did a good enough. I think McLaren did a good enough job not holding up Piastri too much here. There we go. Good pit stop. Isaac Hadjar into the pits. Now you're starting to see the guys that hadn't pit. Stroll's the only one who has not pit yet. .2 the gap between Charles and George. Yeah, everything's going so well for Lando right now. He's going to be on a new set of mediums to the end. .1 now the gap between Leclerc and Russell. Black and white flag for car number 5 moving under braking for Gabriel Bortoleto. So Bortoleto is now on a warning, next flag, and he's going to get penalized for moving under braking. Norris is 5.5 seconds behind Leclerc. God, Verstappen now 4 seconds behind Piastri. Leclerc is almost within a second of Russell. Leclerc now within a second of Russell, so this is going to become a fight here just shortly. All right, here we go. Leclerc within half a second. Look at this. He is just flying. I don't think Russell's going to be able to block him here. But here we go. Leclerc coming down the front stretch, gaining. He's going to make Leclerc go to the outside, going into turn 1. Leclerc gets that move done easily. Great job. Leclerc up into the podium position. Norris is 4.5 seconds now behind Russell. Thank you. We're getting pretty exciting here. Leclerc's 7 seconds back of Verstappen. Norris is only 2 seconds behind Russell now. Jeez. Ten-second time penalty for Lawson for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. God. Lawson if Lawson didn't have any luck, Lawson had a chance for points today, but that's gone now. Here comes Alonso to get past Stroll. Stroll better let Alonso right past. Piastri radio. There's a red flashing light on the balcony into turn 10. It's really annoying. Looks identical to a red flag. Huh, interesting. Piastri complaining there was a red light in turn 10 that's coming off of the balcony, I guess, of one of the buildings. And it looks like a red flag as Stroll lets Alonso by. Now Norris 1.5 behind Russell. Signs radio. So it sounds like Sainz and Albon will switch spots here soon because Albon seems to be faster on the hard tires. Norris is now within a second of Russell. Norris incident, failing to follow race director's instructions, crossing the white line at pit exit. Uh-oh. Oh, it was when he was entering into the pits. Ocon radio, swap the positions, let Bierman by. There you go. Bierman up to 13th now. Strolls into the pits. Here comes Norris. Here we go. Norris smart this time. Waited till the main stretch. And Norris going to make this look easy, going around the outside of George Russell for fourth. Okay, so he's given... Okay, so Sainz is smart. They're not switching positions, but he's giving Albon DRS so he has a way to defend against Hadjar. Hadjar taking a way different line into that corner than Albon did. Here we go. Hadjar within a second. Got 9 laps to go. Norris is 3.5 seconds behind Leclerc on the mediums. Ooh, Hadjar gave Albon a look there. Under braking, but Albon not phased there at all. What? I don't understand what we're like. Geez, oh Pete, I don't know what we're hinting at there. I think Norris was okay. Hadjar Hadjar having another look going into the last corner there. Bortoletto being told to swap positions with Hulkenberg. Yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking, Jacob. Like, I thought it was going to be the entrance into the pit lane because, I mean, yeah, but I'm sure we're seeing Norris do that. But there's very, very good possibility that a lot of drivers did the exact same thing. We're just happened to point it out on Norris. That pit exit though looked just fine to me. Like, I don't see where the potential penalty there is. No further investigation for crossing the line at pit exit. So Norris does not get penalized for that. Got 7 laps to go here. Hamilton's now starting to gain on Antonelli, although Antonelli is 14 seconds behind Russell. I think Hamilton's tires starting to come into their own now. I know he was complaining about struggling on those tires earlier. Leclerc Oh no, that's Hamilton's really gotten close now to Antonelli. Keeping up. Yeah, Tsunoda is out. Emmett, lap one, turn one incident between him and Gasly. Gasly was to the outside. I believe it was turn 4, and just alongside of Tsunoda. Tsunoda understeered into him, and it took them both out. Yeah, Tsunoda. It was it was one of those. It was a turn one, lap one incident that it was. I just didn't understand the Gasly move right there. Gasly seemed to be a little bit quicker, but I would have waited to make that move. So yeah, that really sucks for Tsunoda, but. Lando Norris now almost 2 seconds away from Leclerc for that last podium position. Man, Verstappen now 3 seconds behind Piastri, starting to gain on Piastri. Lando 1.9 behind Leclerc right now. Yeah, Tsunoda's a good driver. He's going to be at Red Bull for a while. Stroll and Gabriel Bortoleto finally let Piastri by. Hopefully that won't. Now Leclerc and Norris are going to get ready to come up to back markers here. Norris, nice. Russell on the radio. Front left is not looking good at all. Do you have any concerns about it getting to the end? I've got a band on the inside shoulder. It's opening. Okay, good job with Bortoletto getting out of the way there. Norris now 1.3 behind Leclerc. Russell, no tire concerns at the moment. They've just gotten around Lance Stroll there. Two laps to go. Can Norris catch Leclerc for that final podium position? Leclerc pulled a little bit of a gap on this lap. It's 1.4. Here we go. Lando getting closer. 1.3, just not within DRS range, though. Piastri's now 2.6 ahead of Verstappen. Very interesting brought up there. Am I feeling okay? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Norris just not able to catch up to Leclerc. He probably was about a couple laps from getting it. Here we go, Oscar. On board with Oscar now, going through the last couple corners. Here we go. Piastri rounding that last corner. Piastri, what a job well done by Piastri as Oscar wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Good job, Oscar. Max will finish second. And Charles Leclerc gets a Ferrari on the podium for the first time. Great job by Ferrari and great job by Lando Norris. Great job by Norris. Got to be driver of the day as he was able to work himself up from 10th and got all the way up into 4th place. Great job by Norris. But Max has to now think in the back of his mind, had I given the position back to Piastri, I wouldn't have gotten the penalty. Would I have had the chance for the victory? Here comes Hadjar. Nope, Hadjar's not going to have enough for Albon here. Williams and Sainz and Albon, double points for them. They'll move up into 5th. Hadjar gets a point today. Good for him. Great job by Oscar today, though. But Max has got to think. What, had I just given the place back to Oscar, would I have won the race today? Did maybe Max let his not ego, but his mind get the best of him, and maybe that ruined his race today? Because it seemed like Max was plenty fast enough that he could have won today. Man, Max won driver of the day today. Oscar Piastri is now the championship leader over Lando and Max. The first time an Australian has led the world championship since Mark Webber, his agent in Formula One. All right. So that was the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It was a great race today. I think the lap one safety car, wish we could have maybe gone a little bit later into the race with that safety car. But I still think Max has got to be thinking to himself, had I not got that penalty, what would have been today? Would I have been able to beat Oscar today? But let me know your last minute questions in the comment section down below before we end the stream. Or let me know your thoughts on the Grand Prix. You guys can support me, send a super chat in if you guys want. I've actually, Mendon, I've actually got Easter plans right after that, right after this race. So I'm not going to be able to watch that today. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here because it is Easter. I'm going to go spend some time with the family. We'll definitely have some videos coming up. If you guys haven't checked out, I've got some other videos on the channel talking about who I think the Cadillac drivers may be, and I've got a reaction video on some close calls. So if you guys want to go back and check those videos out, that would be amazing. But guys, thank you so much for joining me for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix today. Again, Oscar Piastri, your victor. Max Verstappen finishing second. Charles Leclerc gets Ferrari's first podium of the season as he finishes third. But it's got to be a question of what if today for Max Verstappen, and had he given the place back to Oscar, would Max have won? But guys, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. For the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringle. Signing. Oh, hold on. Nope, hold on. Before we end the stream, hold on. Come here, bud. Come on, you gotta help me. Oscar Piastri won today. Come here, we gotta end the stream. You gotta help me end the stream. Whoa. Ooh. All right. So tell everybody what they gotta do.
Don't forget to like and subscribe above our heads.
Yep, don't forget to like and subscribe above our heads, guys. thank you so much for watching this video. And guys, for the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringel.
Sorry now.
Signing off. Guys, thank you. See ya.
See ya.